Welcome to another edition of Gaming on Tokyo Streets. This is a special edition in that now we're playing some Fallout. This is one of my favorite games, Fallout76. I enjoy it a lot. I have a vast following on Fallout that enjoy me as well. We get along. And, you know, it's just an overall fun game. So, let's get into it. Do a few things around my camp. This is my riverside camp. I believe it's called the Trading Post on the map. Not bad. Trading Post. We have a public event on the board. Public event has ended. Just because you can see what's on my screen does not mean I can see what's on my screen. It is the middle of the afternoon here in Nepping. So it is kind of hard for me to see in the bright daylight and the dark screen. Looks like we got a friend. Now, during the Shogun Edo time period, Japan was called Nepping. Currently, Japanese natives call Japan Nihon. Foreigners call Japan Japan. I kind of prefer Nepping, because I was told to refer to Japan as Nepping a long time ago. The Shogun time period was shortly after the samurai had stopped dueling each other and decided to be more of a law enforcement / political figure. They would basically take votes on what the villages would do or the prefectures would want to do, and then as shogun enforce the law that was then just voted on. Basically, the world's first actual republic. As the shogun took votes from the people and then enforced the people's vote to be law. I don't know what I want to do. I'm waiting for an event to start. George Washington himself spoke of modeling the United States of America after what the shogun were doing very successfully here in Japan. So the Republic of the United States of America is actually modeled after the Shogun Edo time period here in Japan. Fun fact, after the United States of America and the United Kingdom backed the first emperor during the Emperor and Shogun War, the first emperor then made it illegal to say the name Edo by penalty of hanging. For the next 150 years and the next two emperors, if you were caught on the streets of Tokyo, Edo, renamed Tokyo, saying the name Edo, you were hung in penalty. So for 150 years, you were hung for saying the name Edo, which was the original name of the Tokyo area during the Shogun time period, and why they call it the Shogun or Edo time period. The first emperor and his son carried on the penalty of hanging people who said the name Edo on the streets of Tokyo. So for 500 years, this shrine over here was nameless, because this is the Edo Shrine, devoted to a samurai apprentice who helped bring forth the Shogun time period by convincing the samurai to stop dueling each other and take on a better way of life. And because he convinced the samurai to stop dueling each other, he was granted Shinto kami status and was the namesake of one of the first cities, Edo, during the Nepping time period, or the Shogun Edo time period of Japan. So for convincing the samurai to stop dueling each other and to begin a more law enforcement role and political role, he was granted Shinto kami status, which is basically Shinto is a divine spirit. And he was given this shrine over here on my right in honor of his great idea to stop dueling each other and start defending Nepping, or Japan, and enforcing the law voted on by the people. Edo was a great samurai apprentice who later graduated to samurai status. Little known fact about Edo is he was also the first and only Caucasian or white samurai. The first and only, because they were not allowed to teach outsiders, and his sensei had to ask permission in order to teach him the ways of the samurai. Starting late in his samurai teachings, around 9 or 10, samurai apprentices usually start at age 7. Edo had started his apprenticeship around age 9 or 10 and had finished around age 23. And samurai apprentices usually go from 7 to 17. During that time period, Edo convinced his samurai that fighting with armor would make him bulky, heavy, and slow. So during a duel with his samurai was very scared, because he was taking on his former master, or his former sensei. And Edo's samurai sensei was afraid, because he was taking on somebody in a duel who knew every move he had, and every counter move that he could come up with was known by his old sensei. So he was very nervous he was going to lose. And so Edo told his samurai sensei to fight without armor. The armor makes you bulky and slow, and Without it, you will move faster, be able to evade his blade, and strike a fatal blow because you know every leather strap and chink or hole in his armor. Kink or hole in his armor. And so, Edo's samurai went to face his former sensei without armor. His former sensei immediately said, "You robbed me of an honest victory, an honorable victory. I will surely cut you down with one blow if you do not wear your armor. Put on your armor so that I can have an honorable victory." And Edo's samurai sensei said, "Let's just do this." And with those words, his former sensei swung a blow in which Edo's samurai sensei maneuvered around, climbed his back, and skewered him through the throat with a dagger, bringing his former sensei's life to an end. So Edo and his samurai sensei shared a drink of what was rumored to be water that they called sake as an inside joke, but shared a drink and cried over the loss of an honorable friend and a valiant duel. So I sit here next to the Edo Shrine for the majority of my time playing these video games. Because as you know, my name is Edo. Edward. Which short for Edward is Edo. Too heavy. Back on Fallout. It has actually been a while since I've played Fallout 76, as I'm kind of stuck on the streets, and usually Wi-Fi isn't this good, but for the moment I'm really kicking butt on Wi-Fi. It's not even glitchy at all, which is very good. Fallout obviously going through a bunch of updates. And we got a bunch of things going on Fallout. Like we have a new mapping, a new area on the map. They got rid of the overweight restriction, which prevented you from fast traveling if you were overweight. They stopped doing it, and then they brought it back. So it's a give-take on that one. Kind of sucks. I always end up overweight and unable to maneuver. kind of hurts. But it is what it is, I guess.
Welcome, citizen. I am authorized to trade supplies.
Ik zei het zeer, je valt je direct voor het proper. Ik zie niet zo direct.
That work. So on May 20th, I will receive my residence card. The Japanese government has agreed to accept my refugee status. So I will be a Japanese citizen on May 20th. Which reminds me, I have to tell these people. But if I'm afraid if I turn on, I'm afraid if I turn on media volume, that our media mic, if I turn on gaming mode, I'm going to lose the video game, or the video recording. Technically, it shouldn't matter, but still. We need more robots down here. The same robots again and again. Just being a little hat. It's time to upgrade and get some more robots on it. I do gotta tell my Fallout friends about the good news that Japan has approved my refugee status, and I will be a Japanese citizen on May 20th, making me the first United States refugee. I actually needed that vacuum tube or something. I think I'm addicted to coffee. Makes sense. A lot of this game ends up being just sitting around and enjoying the peace. It's a type of coffee, but I don't want to look at sponsoring anybody. So I keep name brands off. Yeah, a little bit of a Japanese historian. I am very fond of the samurai time period and the Shogun time period, the Shogun Edo time period. Mainly because it's the birthplace of the phrase death before dishonor. Which, if you know me, I'm a very big death before dishonor guy. Yeah, no, I didn't think I'd be able to play this game on cloud gaming here because I'm off somebody else's Wi-Fi. The store next door to me is a very high-end luxury purse and clothes store. I'm kind of using their Wi-Fi. So I didn't think I'd be able to do this. I thought I would be glitching. Turns out I can. I'm happy. I know of like 2 other places that I can play this game particularly because it is on cloud gaming on Xbox. So yeah, maybe we'll get in some more Fallout 76. Maybe we'll get some Japanese people to play with me. Unfortunately, crossover for Fallout 76 ended back in like 2018, 2017. They did have crossover, platform crossover, or console crossover for Fallout 76 for a while. PlayStation, Xbox, and PC were all playing on the same maps. But then there was some, pardon the phrase, but some fallout between Microsoft and PlayStation, which stopped the crossplay for most games, with the exception of, I believe, Minecraft. But they did say that they had come to an agreement to bring crossplay back, which I cannot wait for. Because shortly here, on the 20th of May, I will have my Japanese residence, and with that I will have to start playing PlayStation instead of Microsoft. So start all over again, but with PlayStation. Can't be of service.
Click off.
see if it works.
Rest of the critters. Great job. Oh, darn. Looks like the circuit breakers have blown.
Can you hear me?
Loosen them up so Kai can get the repellers running? Just follow the cables from the generator. They'll lead you right to them.
Hey, Fallout, give me some waves or some thumbs up if you can hear me.
Just a few left now.
We came out the wrong way. Wrong way. Back the right way. Right. For those of you who do not know, Bethesda called me up and asked me how they could honor me in Fallout 76, and we came up with the Blue Devil. Now, the Blue Devil is the name of my high school's football team, named after a World War I platoon. Did some glorious stuff and survived some very harsh environments. But this World War I platoon carried the name Blue Devil as a result of this. Now, as you will see here in a little bit, the main boss of this safe and sound mission is named the Blue Devil, and is actually a werewolf, in that I like werewolves, and my high school football team is named the Blue Devil. The Blue Devils. So to honor me, one of the many ways they honor me is this Blue Devil character, which will appear here shortly. There's other ways. There's a stuffed animal frog. The very first way was the frog prince in a jar, which you'll see at every one of my camps, held captive by the Nuka-Cola lady. But the frog prince in a jar was the first, one of the first ways that Fallout honored me.
No pressure, but we're all counting on you.
And with the Blue Devil came the turtle, which is my brother, actually. In honor to my brother. From when we were playing this game together, my brother is afraid of turtles while fishing, so we made his main bad guy a giant turtle. And my bad guy a werewolf. No, I walk with God. I'm not afraid of anything. No, I'm not even afraid of God. I know He loves me, so I don't have nothing to fear. There He is. The legendary Blue Devil. Named after my high school team's mascot and made into a werewolf at my request.
Reward is enough. You really saved our behinds. Be sure to come on back once we clean this up.
At the same time, we got the Omega character boss, which is a giant turtle, to honor my little brother. Hasn't really played the game for a while, but we were playing together for years. So can Fallout hear me right now? Everybody on Fallout hear me? Can I get some emotes saying you can hear me? Yeah, no? I'm nuts. I guess they can't hear me. Okay, so we're at 45 minutes into our video. I like to try to keep my videos to about an hour, give or take 10 or 20 minutes on either end. So with the fact that my butt hurts from sitting on this granite stone planting area, and that I need a cigarette, we're gonna call it a little bit early, and then I'm gonna go have a cigarette. I'm gonna upload this video to YouTube and give my phone a short time to charge, and be right back at it afterwards. Now on YouTube, I am still at 30 subscribers, and I'm kind of wondering why I haven't gotten to at least 31 subscribers in a long time. I'm thinking it's because of like religious persecution issues I'm having with Israel, and the fact that the owner of YouTube is now a Jewish person from Israel. And that could be why I cannot get over 30 subscribers on my YouTube. So subscribe to me on my YouTube and see if I can get over 30. Because if I can get to 35, we could be doing these live streams, not just record and then post. That's a doctor. Here in Nihon, if you get into a bad enough accident, they will actually emergency transport the doctor to you. So if you get into a bad enough accident, they don't take you to the doctor, they take the doctor to you, which is pretty cool. But again, I'm at 30 subscribers. I've been at 30 subscribers for a very long time. I would like to see if it is something YouTube is doing as a form of religious persecution, because Israel does not want me recognized socially, and Israel owns YouTube now that they sold out. So subscribe and see if we can't get to 31 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Okay? Peace out. I'm going to go smoke a cigarette, let my phone charge up, and then we'll be back playing again. I gotta fix my helmet.